All right, good morning, friends. This is quite exciting. This is also wrong. Let me update this really quick. I can come over here. This is day 879 of my fitness journey. Doing 1C. Update that. But it's going to be fun. I'm going to get on camera in a minute. Welcome to a pile of crap in my garage. Running is fun when it's done. So if I click this magic button. All right, so that's the workout we got going on today. And it's really quite exciting. Let me hit this magic button for some background music. Audio is coming through. The last thing I'll want to do is check chat on every platform. So give me a minute and then we will organize our garage, which is a mess right now, and then we will jump in. Oh, and the other thing I'm going to do quickly is I have to behind the scenes fix my camera settings so I can move it around. But greetings, welcome to my fitness journey. Today we're 290 pounds, 290.1 pounds, and we'll see where we can go from here. At worst we were 306, at best we were around 264, and we're getting back on the path, which is exciting. All right, let me do some techno foolery. So I gotta go and change scenes to something boring. There we go. And all I'm doing that you can't see is there's filters on my camera. Oh, is it working? Oh, we don't have to do the changes. Moving the camera. Look at that camera control. Such a nerd. So in the beginning, we're just going to clean up our room because it's terrible. And then we'll roll out our mat and we'll get moving. And I got to get chat tested on my phone and then we're good to go. Let me change this view to desktop wide. You know, it'd be really cool is if I had another Stream Deck set up to push buttons. We're not going to solve that problem today. One of the things that I'm playing around with, that's not what we want, this is what we want, is just trying to get incrementally better every day. Because if you're not focused on diligent incremental progress, you'll do nothing. So let me go into all the platforms and test some chat integrations really fast. So let me see. I'm going to go to LinkedIn first and see if I could find this live. This is a test. Let's see if that comes through. Not a good sign. It's weird though, because I had somebody else jump on the live who was able to comment. More testing of chat. Let me see. Hey! Let's see if that comes through. This is so exciting. Not a good sign. I mean, my audio is a little grumpy, but last time I couldn't get the background music to work, so hooray for that. All right, so LinkedIn seems to work, but the chat integration. Oh, it did work. Haha! All right, so now we got to check YouTube and Twitch, and then we're good. And we can work out. Oh, joy. So I'm off to YouTube on my phone. But happy Tuesday. We woke up at 4 and we made some commitments to ourselves, holding ourselves accountable. Hip hip hooray. All right, this is a YouTube chat test. Let's see if that goes on the screen. Hip hip hooray. That's pretty fast. At least the time that it took to get it to stream. Yeah, it's about 4 seconds delay, not bad. All right, and now we're gonna go to Twitch on my phone. Let's go to my profile. Click on DadBod. This is the test. So eventually I can put on StreamYard integrations and all kinds of fun stuff. Like I used to have all kinds of alerts that made things exciting. But I'm not going to do that today. Like one of the things, let's go on a little side quest here for a minute. Let's do live view. I just pull up another Google really quick. So not Streamer, what the heck was it called? It's not StreamYard. I haven't done this in so long. Stream overlay, streaming software besides OBS. Not Restream. I'm sure we'll find it. Streamlabs. So I once had a Streamlabs account, and you could do some really cool stuff here. This is a nice side quest to procrastinate. What I'm curious about is if I could make overlays. And the dashboard's very exciting. There's nothing going on. All right, so this is showing my thing. Peak viewers is 2. That's incredible. But some of the stuff you can do on here. I'm so rusty at this. It's like I can put, oh God. You could make these fun animations for different things. And I had subscriptions. But what I want to do, and maybe this is something that I will integrate in the future, is seeing if I could add YouTube as well to this. Because there's all kinds of exciting things you can do that I used to have. Let's see. All widgets. I'm going to play around with this for a minute. Event list. So then I used to have, let's see if I can turn this on. I doubt this is going to enter. Twitch alerts. So if I turn on event list, and I test it, let's see if anything happens. Interesting. Oh, so I can see all my latest follows. So I got a follow from Louis Fitness, Flare Dog 84. That was a while ago. But it's not integrated fully. So like these are things that I used to be able to. Oh man, I'm relearning things. Yeah, and I had this custom code that made it all run. Let's see. So this code is like pulling up different digital assets that are making this follow and Madtastic and stuff show up. But I used to be able to have these cool little, let's see, launch it. widget. I don't know what's going on. I'm supposed to be working out, but my 5 a.m. brain was like, but what if I just make things better? All right, well, that didn't work. So maybe if I save settings and then I test it. Oh, there we go. So it's listing things that are happening. If I got some bits, which means people gave me money on this platform. And I got rated. But I used to also have this event thing that would go off where it would have like a little icon pop up, but it was cool. I don't know where that is. What else did I used to have? Event list. Wall. I'm testing things for fun now. So on Twitch, if somebody, Twitch, this will be meta, or I could do it from here. So if I put like a smiley face over here, Joe Pog, then my little emoji would bounce across the screen. Oh, that's so fun. And then what else did I used to have? Alerts. So let's go back to whatever that thing was. So if I test subscription now, it should put a little thing on top. New subscriber. Hey, the crown. This is so fun. So these are things that I might play around with and remaster. So the problem with live streaming and content creation, and you're like, why am I still looking at a garage in my peripheral? Well, I'm thinking around. Oh, I could have a sub goal. I forgot about that. A donation goal. I don't like that. The cool thing with this, I'm gonna put it away and go back to single shot and get ready to work out, is I'm sounding super not sick. I'm gonna put this away. One of the curiosities I'll need to figure out is if there's a way to add YouTube events to this. Which I'm sure there's a way to add other things, but I bet I have to pay for it. Let me think about this. Like right now, StreamYard integrates all my chat across all three and puts it out, which is fine. But it would also be cool to do things from YouTube or even LinkedIn. Like I bet there's a way. I'm still thinking around. Sorry, but you know what? Let's just follow my brain for a minute. Upgrade. Cross clip. Learn more. Streamlabs Ultra. More stuff I could pay for. Pro level. Look at how pro level this is. Multi-stream, premium overlaps. What's it gonna cost me? I mean, it seems like I can do things. I'm confused why I can't easily add my YouTube to this. This website's being very cryptic. So I click YouTube over here. Oh my gosh, I don't care about, no. I should be able to have something that happens whether YouTube or TikTok or like Twitch activate it. Upgrade to Ultra. Well, this is a fun wandering live stream. Okay, should we work out? Have we procrastinated enough? I'm unsettled. Connect, Twitch, and YouTube events on Streamlabs. To connect Twitch and YouTube for simultaneous streaming or alert management Streamlabs, you can link both accounts to the setting for a built-in multi-stream feature or to manage incoming events in a unified dashboard. That's what we want. How do I do that? Open desktop, go to settings, go to stream, go to account, connect to Twitch, authorize connection, connect to YouTube. All right. I'm going to pull this to the side because I don't want you to see potential stream keys or things. All right, settings. Nothing Twitch, go to, you said accounts? See, this is the 5A. Ah! I can even merge TikTok. Fancy. So if we want to throw YouTube in. I'm going to cough 1 second. This is the joys of live streaming, is you just mess around for a while until you decide to do something valuable for your community. All right. Because the reason this could be helpful is I often don't know when things happen. Do a lot of Streamlab. I'm glad that kept me safe. All right, so now these are merged. I can even throw TikTok in. This is interesting. I still want to know why I can't get a TikTok streamer key. That's a whole nother problem I can solve. I got TikTok set up. All right, I think we can come back over here. Go back to StreamYard. So now if I go to events, what I wanted to do, I want the event list. So now if I go and oh, cool. So now I can check all these things. So now if we go and test YouTube, we have a new member join. Oh wow, that's obnoxious. We have a new subscriber. Woo! Kevin joined. Way to go, Kevin. So we're breaking things right now. He gave me a super chat. Kevin donated $77. Oh my God. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin's a subscriber now, I'm guessing. Who the heck is Kevin? So this is something I think I'm going to play with. I want to redo the branding for my live streams. I just haven't gotten there yet. So hopefully that's something we dink around with. Just to make it more fun and interesting and kind of reimagine it through the Big Brain Club. Because these are all little GIFs that are being triggered, and there's code that makes these things happen, and it loads a whole bunch of content. So I might look at how to create custom GIFs for these kinds of things and figure out how to integrate my business on the live stream, because it's fun and interesting. But I'm not going to do this today because it's a mess and an eyesore, and the colors are wrong. Like a lot of this stream kit that I have, let's just go to the big one really quick. Let's turn that off again. Like I downloaded a whole overlay and I got one of it. How do I explain this? Y'all are like, weren't you gonna work out an hour ago? Shh, nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know. Let's turn our slide back on. We'll go work out. This is just part of the process of making things better. Share. Let's have a screen share. Share screen. I accept my connection. But these are like the small 1% tweaks. So I used to be, and things are coming full circle. And I know you're like, where's Joe? I'll pop up, don't worry. I'm not gonna hide forever. I gotta go move some stuff and get it set up. Actually, I can talk and walk. Okay, let's get off our butt. Yeah, everything's good. So I started content creation through live streaming. Greetings, friends. I'm gonna clean up so I can roll out my mat and get started. It's a fun side quest. Thank you for navigating that with me. So I used to do live streaming consistently on a platform called Twitch. And there was so much I didn't know about content creation and how to make money. So I over-indexed on live streaming because I saw a handful of people making money at it. And when you're doing content creation, I got to get my phone so I can at least check chat. One more thing. So over-indexing just means like you disproportionately bet on something and it could be the wrong thing to bet on. And that's totally fine. That's part of life. It's part of life. We got super deep really fast. StreamYard, enter the studio. Step can't meet that, enter the studio. And then yo. Excellent. All right, so I can now read chat on my phone. This is so fun. I'm expecting zero engagement on LinkedIn today because of the way that I've waffled for an hour. And I still haven't cracked LinkedIn from a live experience, but I'll get there over time. So I got my chat on my phone, which is over here. I got you right there. Hi. And when I say that I over-indexed on streaming, there's a handful of live streamers that I was watching, and when they would go live, there'd be tons of people on the live, 100 plus people, and they would get these raids and people would give them money, and they had like an awesome stream with a great camera and great audio, and they would just game and make money. And it was very eye-opening in kind of a lot of the wrong ways of just this notion that like it would be easy. Sorry, I was just checking one thing. Right, we're good. And that's really classic with any kind of entrepreneurial venture. And this is a Hormozyism that I've continued to latch on to, where if you look at like the example of real estate, you start in the stage of uninformed optimism, where it's like, man, people are just making a killing selling houses. I should go and jump into real estate and get moving in that. And then, wait, what? What? We don't want that. 1 second. There we go. Fixed it. I had a fake guest. That's so funny. All right, we're good. Like, man, people are making a killing in real estate. I should go jump into real estate. And then you go from uninformed optimism into informed pessimism, where it's like after a couple months, you're like, oh man, making money on houses is a lot harder than I thought it would be. Like, people aren't just showing up and having me sell their home. Like, what the heck? There's actually like skill required and effort in order for money to come. And then from there, you get into the valley of despair of like, oh my God, this is really hard. And then out of the valley of despair, if you stay in disproportionately longer than others, and you get good at it, then eventually you figure out how to make money. And that's really cool. And that's called informed optimism. where you have a system or a process in place, you understand how the world works, you know what's required, and if you just stay in, you win. And then you have this like outlandish success. And those were the streamers that I was seeing, you know, Ninja and crap like that. But for me in 2020, like that uninformed optimism season is something I'm super grateful for, because it led me down this crazy rabbit hole. It was 2020, the world was divided, and the reason I got into live streaming, a platform called Twitch, is because my brother-in-law and my father-in-law lived in Chicago. We were in Ohio. We were trying to find creative ways to connect. And we all bought VR systems. I got a PlayStation VR. They got Oculuses. And we were trying to play Catan together. That was the whole origin of this. And we started playing Catan, and then my brother-in-law, George, is like, hey, this is like my best George impression, which is fantastic. But my brother-in-law was like, hey, we should live stream this on Twitch. And I'm like, what the heck is Twitch? And that started this whole, as an engineer, okay, I have this tendency to like latch on to crap, and I have to understand it. So I found it was quite simple to make an account on Twitch and go live, but that's not a full latch. Okay, I was like, how do I go live with VR? And there's a whole tech stack required to figure all that out. And then I was like, but wait, how do I get people to like show up to this live? And how do I get affiliate, which means you have an average of 3 people watching you on any given stream for X amount of hours? And like, how do I build a brand? Like, why are people watching this? Because I didn't know it was a brand at that time. Like, what's my channel name? What do we care about? And like, how, I kept asking all the hows, like, why would people watch? How do more people watch? How do people give me money on this platform? All the natural, selfish, important questions to burn through if you start a venture. All the wrong questions, but the right questions at the same time. And also in parallel, my sister, Hannah, her account's Cosmic Saki. She was also live streaming on Twitch before me. She's the one that was like giving me nudges, because she was actually making money on it. She had a really tight community. They would show up for her live. She was doing it all the time. And they would give her subscriptions. They would give subscriptions. Like, she understood a lot of the culture of Twitch well before I did. And then she understood the culture of content creation before I did. And she helped accelerate me up the learning curve, which was awesome. So I put in easily like 5,000 plus, probably 10,000 hours of live streaming in 2020, 2021. And I started doing it all the time, like cameras everywhere, multiple GoPros. Came up with our brand of Family Frenzy, where we welcomed folks into the frenzy of our lives. And the reason we came about that, like me and my wife were on a road trip, and there was this guy, Sticky Ricky. He was a really interesting character. It was my first time talking online with someone consistently, where I was like, why does Sticky Ricky keep coming to this live? Like, who is this guy? What value is he getting from it? Because my content sucks. I'm just trying to play like Kingdom of Hearts, and my 1 kid and 2 foster kids at the time are just kind of crawling all over me. And the audio's terrible, the video's terrible, but he's there chatting. And I was like, what is this all about? Like, and I realized this because we just brought him, we grafted him into our family. Like, we created space for him, which was super cool as a discovery. And then that led to a family frenzy where like our streams are crazy and they don't make any sense, and everyone's different. Whether I'm like, there was one night where I was just live streaming cooking for 4 hours, talking with people. It took me over an hour to cut a frickin' onion because there's just so much comments and engagement, which is fantastic. And then I was grilling, and then I was doing construction, then we were preparing to move to Japan. Like, the content continued to evolve. And then I started DadBod, which is focused on fitness. Then there's the pretentious engineer that I started to get off the ground, which is what I'm doing right now. And at the same time, I was watching this guy, Harris Heller, who's like the Twitch godfather. Okay, he was like one of the first people who really understood Twitch, built a really strong following, had a great funnel, which I didn't realize it was a funnel until I started watching his content more, where he would take clips from his live streams and put them on YouTube. And this was before TikTok existed, really, or like right on the edge of it. And it was when people were starting to progress from like YouTube Live didn't exist at this time, so the way you would get engagement or discovery wasn't on Twitch typically. It was through content creation and be like, hey, come join the live on Twitch. And what was great is as everything started shifting, he was building like his little empire, right? One of the things I learned from Harris, many of the things, wasn't just audio-visual setup, because he does content like that. I think we're ready to stretch now. So I'm going to drop the camera lower. I'm going to do some groundwork, and that should be fun. Like, he was building an empire. And as an entrepreneur, I didn't realize, and this was back in 2020, so this is going way back into my roots. I guess I have been an entrepreneur for a while, and that's kind of cool. Because I consider June 30th to be my birthday for entrepreneurship. But in reality, like, we've been at this since 2020. So 6 years. Let's drop the camera down nice and low. So we're going to do some ground stretches in the least flattering way I can think of it. Someday we'll have multiple cameras. Right, we're not there yet. But Harris Heller was great for me because he started on Vine, which was short clips. Then he jumped into YouTube and made legitimate money on it. So he hit monetization. And then from YouTube, oh shoot, I need my foam roller. We're just going to do some stretches, and then we're going to get into lifting. Then from YouTube and that revenue, he started live streaming on Twitch, got really good at it. Started moving people, like his call to action from YouTube always led to Twitch. And then he started doing tons of paid partnerships for his content and his lives, doing clams, just 10 of everything. And then in the paid partnership, he started solving problems, like building businesses. So one of those was Stream Beats, which you're actually listening to right now, which is DMCA free music. And what that means is if you are live streaming and I play The Scientist by Coldplay, even if I cover it or just sing a couple of the words, YouTube's algorithm can pick that up and it will demonetize the video. If I'm live streaming on Twitch, I can't collect any kind of like subscriptions or money doing that. Like, I get in trouble eventually, which is sad. And he saw basically the movement towards DMCA strike downs and all kinds of like 3 strikes and you're out and all kinds of mess coming in these spaces. So he started paying people on Fiverr, musicians, to go and make their own music that was DMCA free. And then he released it all, and basically Spotify pays him for views. So people just open up Spotify and play his playlist for hours on end on their live. And it was like lo-fi music or ambient music. And he just started rolling in cash. I mean, like, he made more on that, I think, than anything else on monetization or paid sponsorships. And for me, it was really helpful to see this so early in my entrepreneurial journey. I haven't thought about this in forever, but it relates to what I'm doing with my business, Moonlight Medical, and content and how everything fits together. Just squeezing my legs together. Oh, nice pop. Like, he had the full ecosystem, the full stack. He had community on Discord. He had distribution through organic content creation. He had paid partnerships. He was building businesses. He was consulting different companies making things for streamers because he was a leading voice. And he also created great brand associations. Like he had the CEO of Twitch on his live stream and other folks, influential voices in these spaces, talking and connecting. Sorry. Like he was part of that culture. He was a key person of influence. And he was also just kind of a normal person who had continued to make moves of diligent incremental progress. A better video, better camera, better mic, better communication, better thumbnail, better hook, better edit. He also hired an editor, which was really helpful for me to see as he started to operationalize his business and move from doing everything to building team around it. And then he built a super mega house with a studio in the basement. And like, you just see like empire building, but to see the pieces, the steps that he took on the way. And for me, when I've been building my own business, Moonlight Medical, I've actually lifted a lot of these strategies. And it took me a while to get overlap between content creation for leads flow, live streaming, brand associations, also like a scaffold product offering that makes sense. And Harris Heller was really kind of my origin story of somebody who was actually making it, monetizing it, enjoying it, getting leverage, but I didn't understand the full process and the pieces. And I did that for about 5 years. And then in 4 years, I did content creation in parallel to my day job at J&J. And right before I exited J&J, I had just hit monetization on YouTube. And I didn't have like a full understanding of what it would take to actually build a business around it because I never had desperation, which is one of my key tenets of entrepreneurship, which has been fun to learn through pain and experience. But it's this idea of not diligent incremental profit. Sorry. It's this idea, I'm going to lift up the camera perspective a little bit. It's this idea of there's never perfect starting conditions, and you have to create urgency. And for me, the imperfect starting conditions were my job being impacted in a foreign country with 4 kids. We had moved 12 times over the course of 1 year to get to Japan. By the way, we're going to do some inchworms. So it's going to be 3 deadlifts. So you drive the back and then walk out and then come back. We're going to do 2 of those and then some leg stretches and then other fun stuff. Like 12 moves, 1 year with 3 kids. Had our 4th kid in Japan, worked for Johnson & Johnson in surgical robotics innovation, and hit this crazy point of like, all right, well, my job's impacted. They're offering me a return path to the US because they legally have to. But it was a dead-end job in New Jersey, which was the wrong city, wrong state. And it it completely negated the experience we had been on as a family. We had built a support network in Japan. Our kids were finally thriving after all the trauma of all those moves. And I just couldn't leave our life up to the indifference of a large organization like J&J. So I pulled a $75K personal loan to give us some runway and then exited on June 30th, 2024 into the vast unknown. And that created that urgency. Like in the beginning, 75K in the bank, I was like, all right, we're going to make it. We're going to be fine. Like every day, worked at the business, went out and connected. I was doing content creation for a full-time food blogger. Like I leaned really hard into the YouTube side of things and the content creation and the branding side of things, but I wasn't overlaid perfectly with my area of authority, which was medtech. And part of it was because when you're impacted, it can steal or rob you of some of your intrinsic set of value. Just, you're missing, you feel stripped. So I didn't feel like I could go to Olympus, which is a Japanese company, or these other medtech companies, and land something. I made my voice small in medtech, and I just jumped into a different context and tried to make money, which if I stayed the course and gave myself enough time, totally could have done it. But I started to realize, after crashing out, burned through all $75,000 in a foreign country with 4 kids, borderline bankruptcy, 20 days exited Japan, reset in Chicago, crash landed with the in-laws, and pulled my 401k. Doubled down, we got front lunges. Let me lift the camera up. We're already winded, this is good. Very, very good. Yeah, that's too many. So, double down, continue to explore, finding ways to bring value to my industry. Started doing podcasts on a platform called School. So I started connecting with community builders that were making money, which was interesting. But then I was just checking chat for a minute. And then I started having people on my podcast that were prior colleagues in medtech. This knee's really wonky today. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm going to go knee over toe to split squat. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Push it back. Nice. Sucks. So I started. That cough didn't catch you. I started talking with people digitally that I had worked with in the past, and also a leading voice, Steve Bell. You could look at Steve Bell as kind of like having the CEO of Twitch on a podcast. And people started engaging that podcast. And I started to realize, like, there's a very small handful of people that are actually leading voices in this context. It's a much smaller world than you think. And I started to realize, like, I had excluded my voice, my story, my experiences from this context because of what was stripped away from being impacted. Like, I had worked at J&J for a decade on more tech than I can count. Some of the most complex robotics platforms there are. I knew a lot, but I'd made myself small. And the first kind of like really eye-opener, because I was doing this in parallel to trying to find jobs while building, while burning my retirement. Lateral lunges, sorry, I was trying to remember what I have to do. Is someone who was a guest on Sunday Sips, my podcast. Like, I had helped them understand their story and tell it in a compelling way, establish them as a leading voice, and help them with branding and like a logo, and gave them 30 clips and rolled it all out right as they were trying to land a job. And she just called me the other day and she's like, listen, like, I have to pay you. I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, I have to give you money for this. Like, I was like through my business, and she's like, no, like just over Zelle, like, tell me how to send you money. I was like, what? And she was in her own transition trying to take care of her family. So she did it in 2 payments, but she gave me $2,000. And that was a huge moment for me to realize, like, oh, we got something, there's something here. Because she wasn't even what we would call, like in marketing, like a qualified buyer. She wasn't my ideal customer avatar, which I know what that is now. What do we have after this? We have OG-san back on the floor. This is a shoulder stretch, back stretch. Also, friends, I'm a tad sick because I haven't made time to go to a mini clinic. It's my own fault. I'm in the woes of entrepreneurship right now. So that's why I'm so gassed and winded. It's because there is no wind left. So I doubled down on it. I kept doing these Sunday Sips podcasts with more and more targeted guests, but also a little bit more of the same. Like I had Steve on the show too, and now a third time. And my followers just continued to increase. Not exponentially, but in some pretty big stepwise changes. And from that, people started sending me DMs, and DMs started leading to money. Or like, hey, you really need to have a call with this guy. Send me your email. This is Stealth. And that led to one of my first clients. Or just have another great client, Ian McCathern. We shot a 20K podcast. That was the first time I ever charged 20K for anything. Now I charge 30, which is cool. He flew me out. We worked together for a full day on this robotic podcast in a box. Like just super nerdy, weird, niche and fun. We shot a killer episode, and I've been working on the edits for literally over 2 months now. He's been incredibly patient. And he extended his retainer so I could do more stuff with him, even though I haven't finished the initial stuff that he paid for. And then he texted me the other day, and he's like, hey, I'm going to I'm going to have a booth at this thing. It's like a celebration of makers. Like Mark Robert will be there and a couple other people. He's like, can I fly you out and can we shoot some stuff? And I was like, hell yeah. Like, what? And part of it is just you build the right associations with the right people where they begin to trust you. You establish yourself as an authority, and then you build a unique product. What the heck? I have an alarm. It's 5:51. Everyone wake up, I guess. You have a unique product list, and then it starts to expand. You create this brand equity. It's the language I like to use. And now people are coming out. Sorry about that. I got sniffles. To join Moonlight Medical, my business. So I'm raising up a team of 6 to 8 people, depending on where that all lands. And they're co-building with me in this really deep niche of medtech where we're trying to triangulate clinical unmet need using biodesign, technical feasibility, commercial viability. And I have a team of A-player heavy hitters who are figuring out how do we provide value to a niche group of stealth mode startups or large strategic front-end ventures to really look across their business and find that pocket where you're perfectly triangulated, and then helping them with a digital brand presence as well and becoming a key voice of influence within their given industry, which is awesome. And it's so fun to kind of profit share and build a structure where people can make money with me. And again, it's circling all the way back to what we've been chatting about with Harris Heller. It's all these little steps and experiments and connections. Someone from Elgato makes a whole bunch of streaming equipment, probably saw one of Harris's live streams or a YouTube clip, and they're like, this is curious. And then they just started following his content for a while, seeing the way that he carries himself, his perspectives on audiovisual. One of the best things about him is he's just very candid and honest when he does product reviews. He shares what he likes and what he doesn't like and where they can go. And then eventually they gave him some sponsored deals for different content. And then eventually they started shipping products that were pre-released out to him to talk about. And then eventually they start inviting him into those lovely shadow conversations where they'll show him like, hey, this is what's in pipeline. Here's an NDA. This is what we're building on. You're welcome to create some light touch excitement about it, where he started being in the room where these innovations were happening. And in a streaming context, in his area of deep domain and experience. And I've had the same opportunities. Like, I know what people are building, and it's really cool. I actually have an incredible call tomorrow that I am just absolutely pumped about with a company I can't share. I had another robotics company fly me out to see some cool stuff and connect with their team, possibly join their team. And it's just an area of deep interest for me, how these associations could lead to opportunities. Because in the very, very, very early days of live streaming on Twitch, I was like, oh, just like make a really good image and video, have fun playing video games, and people will throw money at you. It's like business is the complete inverse of that. So I have 2 shoulder exercises I'll show you really quick. I'm going to go inside where there's a wall, but you put your nose on the wall, you put your arms out, and then you're just going to tilt your hands back and keep your elbows on the wall, and you'll enjoy your nice profile. That's going to get slimmer over time because we're going to rock it. And then the other one, you're going to kind of start with your palms up, like you're pulling your palms through mud. So you're going to do a curl, tap your shoulder, try to push your elbows straight up. You don't want to flare them. Straight up, tap the wall behind you and tickle it up. I'm going to do this inside because that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to be quiet inside because I don't want to wake up my kids. So 1 second. I promise I'm still alive. All right, I'm back. See, that was fast. You didn't miss much. I'm going to cough again. 1 second. So it's really interesting because I'm about to celebrate my 2-year anniversary of All in Entrepreneurship. But it's really a celebration of the last six years and 3 months. Because I think the clock started when I first went live on Twitch. And I had no idea where that journey would take me or how I would create value that would be reciprocated. But that was the start of the itch, and I think I stayed in longer than most reasonable humans would, because entrepreneurship in many ways is like having a gambling addiction. And what I mean by that, the reason gambling, betting on horse races, poker, all of that, is so addictive, there's many reasons, but from a brain chemistry perspective, it's kind of the gamification and the uncertainty of when a win will happen that causes you to keep pulling the lever on the slot because you think it could happen. But the beautiful thing with entrepreneurship is it can. Like, it's very real that you can have some crazy wins. So like Twitch, the hardest slog was getting up to an average of 3 viewers with so many hours of watch time to hit affiliate, which means people can then sub to you. They can give Twitch $6 and $4 of that goes over to you. Like, you can make money online, but you have to reach those thresholds to be an affiliate live streamer. And in candor, it's very hard to do, especially because there's not a lot of discovery on the platform. You have to be the classic rules are like you have to be very consistent, you have to have a schedule, rules that I had to break with all of my kids. And one day, I was just making pancakes while my kids were starting to wake up. This is back when I had my kids on content. I don't do that the same way I used to. We just did all our stretches, so I'm going to prep for my first lift, which is, step curl press. Yuck. We're not going to do a true step with this because my knee's wonky. We did 30s. 4 reps per leg. We could do better than that. Yesterday we did 30s with 8 reps. So let's try 35s. And we'll see where we land, probably 6 reps. I'm going to go calculate what that is in kilograms because I need to make a weight. But I was just making pancakes, right? And then this weird individual came into chat and started asking very deep questions. Like, if you had the whole world watching you, what would you say or what would you care about? And like, I just gave some very honest answers because I thought that was all I could do. 30, sorry, I'm typing something in, 35, we're up in the weight, 35 pounds, it's kg. So we want 15 pounds, 15.8. And I didn't know what was going on. And then all of a sudden on Twitch is a very communal viewing platform. Now I have a community on a platform called School, which is super cool. But on Twitch, let me write this down really fast. There's this thing called rating, where if you have 5 people watching your channel, or 200, you could find a streamer you like or a random streamer based on categories. If you're in fitness, you just go to fitness, find someone on the top of fitness. Or if you're in playing Minecraft, you go to Minecraft and find someone who maybe has no viewers. And you just want to boost them. And you could raid them. So at the end of your stream, you bring your whole audience into another stream. Now it's great for the platform because they keep the eyeballs engaged. People go from streamer to streamer to streamer. And if they like to be generous, they give and they give and they give. And the platform makes money, and it's great. So I'm just making pancakes on a crappy GoPro in the morning for my kids. Step up curl, so we need to do, this is going to be 35s, which is going to be, if I say 18, it's a really weird number. 15.8, 15 kg. Let me figure out how to do that with math. So I'm making pancakes, and all of a sudden my stream of comments from people just explodes like craziness I'd never experienced before. And I was like, what's going on? And there's a couple regulars in my community, Get Wrecked Batty, and a few others that were trying to tell me like, Joe, you don't know what's happening. Like they're trying to say like, Joe, you're being raided. I'd been raided before by like 5 people. And basically this guy named the Internet Historian, you can look him up, Internet Historian. He doesn't like show his face online, and he does these really deep, nuanced documentaries around different things. His content's kind of cool and weird. And he was live streaming, and he rated me, I think, with like 2,300 people were watching his live stream, or just something outrageous, somewhere between 1,300 and 2,300. And they all came in, watched me make pancakes. I was answering questions, held their attention for about an hour. Some people that are part of my community on Twitch still came over from that raid and still remember that moment. Let me do math really quick. So I need to get this up to 18, 15. So 5, 10, and then this is 2.5. So this is 2.5. 2.5 plus 2.5 is 5. So that's 15. And basically that one raid was enough to get my average views over 3, and overnight I was affiliate, which was kind of that first gambling dopamine hit. And it was also very helpful for me because it gave me this moment of informed optimism on the platform where I was like, oh, if I do a good job and I'm interesting, like, and I tag up with the right people, like I can just keep giving raids and getting raids and grow on this platform, and like people can subscribe to me. Like the first time I got paid on Twitch was really cool, even though it wasn't life-changing money. Now I would rather provide value a different way, and instead of chasing
$5 here or there, like 20 to 50K contracting kind of stuff and retainers, and my niche is way more awesome. But in parallel, like you can also build a system that works that way. All right. But that was like a needed hit because I was giving up. It was getting hard. I was in the valley of despair. And then all of a sudden, actually me and my wife had a really great conversation fight about it where she's like, dude, you are always live on everything. And what I didn't realize also is like we have very different personalities. It was depleting her. There's a lot going on. And over time, I've learned to be selective about when I'm on camera around her or not. And when I'm building business around her or not. And just like still having tenacity, but also presence is very important. And I told her like, hey, like you, our relationship, our family is always gonna be more important than this. And I kind of had a reset of values. And then that moment happened. And I was like, oh, that's a really interesting indication and blessing. And so we have step curl press. So we're just gonna be shoulders rolled back, arms at neutral, lift a leg, curl, turn, press, down, reverse out of it. This is heavier than anything I've done with a curl press, and I have the instability with the leg, so like 3 to 6, because it's just my first time going up on weight. So let me back up. I'll do it front facing because I have a mirror. Let me focus before story time. See if we could get 2 sets in today. One leg up. Oh my God. Breaths. First curl, this is more. Let's switch legs. 2. Switch legs. 3. Switch legs. 4. Legs. The goal is to keep the leg the whole time out of the balance. 6. That is really tough. But what's so interesting, every time I go live now, particularly on LinkedIn, because I have such a niche, curated medtech innovator group, and I love those people. I'm like, can I bring them into life and work out and talk about entrepreneurship and have one conversation across TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube? Because each conversation is a little bit different. I still got to figure out live streaming on TikTok. That's next. So it's really interesting to kind of reflect through these moments because, like, I hit affiliate. That was a big dopamine hit. And then I started to realize, like, the fitness content live streamers on Twitch was also like a small family. Like, yes, there's a lot of people that make content for fitness. We did 6 reps, 1 set. So now we got 1 more. Let me get a stopwatch. I'm going to try to give myself less than a 2-minute recovery on anything, just because I get cold and procrastinate. Oh, man. Oh my God, I figured it out. Thank you. You fixed my problem. I've been trying to figure out how to get a wider view camera back here. And the best way to do it is I have a GoPro I can connect via USB. And I can keep that camera on my desktop. Thank you for a 2-camera setup. You're like, I didn't do anything. You're like, you were here. But the fitness community, I realized, is really small. And they started doing this 1,000 burpee challenge. And I had, like, when I really got into Twitch early, we had a master bedroom, I think 3 other bedrooms, maybe, and then a basement, the main floor. And I actually took our master bedroom, moved our bed and everything into a smaller bedroom, and turned the whole master bedroom into a we called it the streamer sanctuary, where there's like a TV with video games for me and the kids, my laptop set up, I had a green screen behind me, I could work out, I had a whole gym. Like, I over-indexed on live stream and I went very hard on it, which eventually this space will start to have colored lights and be cool and nerdy and weird as I commit to it. And I ended up doing this 1,000 burpee challenge because all the other fitness creators were doing it. And when someone would attempt it, they'd tell everyone and everyone starts showing up. So that's like the first time I got money from subbing, was just enduring 1,000 burpees for a ludicrous amount of time. It sucked. And I learned a lot. And that's why it's kind of cool to live stream fitness again on YouTube, LinkedIn. It is kind of connecting me to some of the root of my content creator journey. Well, I can still talk about robots if someone shows up on chat and they're like, hey, what do you think about Medtronic? I'll be like, let me tell you what I think about Medtronic. All right. I can have a conversation with anyone about anything. It's cool. All right, we're going to drop it back. I'm going to pick up our weights. I mean, this whole morning I just nerded out on how to make live streaming a little bit better. 3, 2, 1. I have thoughts, but we'll wait. Let's try to get good balance. Core tight. Oh my God. 1 leg. 2. 3. 4. 6. Nice. But yeah, it's like a 300-pound dude did 1,000 burpees. It took hours. It was terrible. It was probably not healthy. But it was a really interesting experience to have a large audience watch me do something cool. Okay, we got push-ups. Let's do military. We hate military. Let me set a 2-minute timer to recover. Let me move my camera. Someday I'll have voice commands that'll do all this stuff for me. It'll be crazy. Push-ups are like my least favorite thing ever. The only drawback if I go GoPro on this camera is I'll lose the gimbal aspect of it. But I could probably just bend it and relock the orientation. But one of my goals with my business is you have to be very efficient with your time. What you're building is to just use live streams as an opportunity to connect with my communities, answer questions, at times chat about what products and things I offer where it makes sense, and then I could do one-to-many sales. You know, it's similar to like a webinar, but also it just helps me bring goodwill to the market and create a fun space that's interesting and just get better and more consistent at it. And it's been fun over the last 3 weeks, becoming a bit more serious about it for a couple days a week. All right, so I can tell my body's like, why don't we do standard? Push-ups are hard. Like, nope, let's do the harder one. We'll likely drop to knees, I don't know. I'll give it my best go. Let me take some Wim Hof breaths. I don't want to do this, which is why we have to do this. We'll do 3 more. It's fun working out while we're sick. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8. Yay. Oh my God. It's also fun knowing where I was versus where I'm at. All right. The beautiful, awful thing about fitness is the only comparison that's valuable is against yourself. 8 reps, X1, military mod pace. We know slow is bad. But the one comparison is like, I know where I was when I was strong. We just watched this is a very Japanese inside joke. There's a movie called Princess Mononoke. It was the first anime I had ever seen. And I didn't know that it was by Master Miyazaki-san. And I watched it the other day with my kids. And naturally, like, my 5-year-old daughter at one point just started weeping and running out of the room scared because there's like demons and stuff. And a lot of blood. Probably should have thought about that a bit more. The 7 to 9-year-old, right age. 5-year-old, right on the edge. And there's one point where these boar spirits, are arguing with a couple other people about this boar god named, I think, Nagano. We'll call him Nagano. It might not be his name. But like, he became a demon and he was killing these people and he died, blah, blah, blah. And one of the boars reported, about your line. He's like, Nagano was beautiful and strong. And like, I remember back when I was beautiful and strong. 264 pounds. I can crank out 30 push-ups. And you know what? I hated doing push-ups then, just like I hate doing it now. Whether it's 8 or 30. But the comparison's helpful as long as you can be measured with the timeline of progress. Because a lot of times people will, this is a cycle I talked a lot about in my half marathon program, DadBod, which you can access through the link in the description on YouTube or LinkedIn. But like, you'll be 30, stacked up a couple kids, you're busy with your job, you don't work out the way you used to, and then all of a sudden you like look down at your gut and you're like, all right, today's the day. Everyone has like a today's the day moment. And you're gonna go out and you're gonna run like you were 18. And let's say you get lucky and get away with that. And tomorrow you'll lift like you're 18 and you get away with that. And the next day you run like you're 18 again. You're like, I'm just gonna make myself better. Fast forward anywhere from 3 days to 3 weeks. Then you pull a hamstring. You wreck yourself in some capacity. It's because you didn't have the right timeline to progress. Like that comparison pushed you outside the realm of reality with the vigor you approach something. Your ability to endure the suck, and you just get tired and burn out. Some people just quit because they don't get hurt, but they don't see the results instantly. And I've found with DadBod, like it's a 16-week program. It's gradual. Everything's modified. I can, in my head, know where I was and where I am and where I'm trying to go. But also, like, I got to remember, like, I started that program at day 0 and stuck with it for 16 weeks and ran a half marathon in Japan, which was incredible. And I have to have sometimes like a day 0, day 10, day 40 kind of mindset of like, how do I just show up and do the workout and get some progress? Keep finding the edge of failure for my body that day and know that on week 6, on week 12, on week 16 and beyond, who knows where I'll be? Probably better. So I'm going to do another 8 military push-ups that I don't want to do. And it won't be 30, but it'll be something. Something's better than nothing. And it's like, you got to just show up with the body you have today, the mentality you have today, and treat everything as diligent, incremental progress. All right. That's enough motivational speeches. Let's do 8 of these. Don't want to do this. But our kids still aren't awake, so we don't have an excuse not to do it other than ourselves. I mean, we could always quit. We don't have to be here. 1, 2. Oh, it's so hard. We did it. Success. Now, single leg hip thrust. We're going to double upper band. How did we do this last time? 10-second hold. Let's get it. Let me set my timer. Got 2 minutes. I'm going to try to make myself do single. I haven't in a while. Oh, sucks. So we're going to put a band around our legs, which we don't want to do. And then we're going to do this as a bridge, basically. So I have a black band, which is extra heavy, and a red, which is heavy. And it just gives your legs something to push up against. Suck. Just jump in ahead of schedule. So there's 2 different ways to approach lifts like this. If you get your toes towards your butt and you lift at the top, you want to squeeze the butt cheeks together. But if you extend your legs out, which this will be really hard on concrete for me, and you lift, the burden is going to be on your hamstrings, behind your legs. Both are helpful. So throughout this program, we kind of rotate between both. So today is going to be more focused on the glute. But what I'm going to do is go up with both feet, try to engage my core, which is hard, stabilize with my hands, get one leg out, and then I'm going to do leg pulses. That's what I've decided. Try to keep everything tight. I'm modifying a little bit. Eventually, you do full one-legged lifts, but I don't have that today. Let's get it. 2 more. Progress. All right, up, kick out a leg, dip it. 1, 2. This butt cheek's on fire. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop it down, recover, lift it up, squeeze, other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is harder. 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12. Oh, that was exhausting. So that hit a lot of weird stabilizer things. Let's start our timer, because otherwise we'll sit and dwell. Cough. Kids are going to be waking up soon. Today's got to start. We got some serious edits to crush today. I think 1 call today. No, I think the call's tomorrow. I could really get some stuff done today. I try not to take meetings on Mondays or Tuesdays so that I can just focus. Wednesdays, I sprinkle a couple in with like logistics. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday is 3rd shift plus work in the gaps. I'm kicking off a team, which is fun. So we'll see how that all works. All right. Like, that's a minute recovery. We gotta start making progress back towards laying down. All right. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna do it anyway. 12 reps felt like too much, which is why we're gonna make ourselves do it again. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Yeah, we can start early. That's fine. And up. And leg out. 1, 2. I'm trying to go slow on purpose. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. Little dip. Tighten up the core. Bring it up, squeeze the butt. 1, 2. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh my God. Oh, it's a mess of trouble. Cool, we made ourselves do something. It's funny, always going to be self-conscious about one thing or another. Like, recent podcast, camera angle, not super flattering on me. I don't like side profile shots. Let me fix my camera. We got bent over rows. I was like, well, if you don't like it, I can just not do content creation anymore. That's a choice I could make. Never step on stage again, never do another keynote. Like, or you can love yourself where you were then and be excited about what future you is going to be. Get better. Black, yes, red. That's one of the insecurities and joys of live streaming my fitness journey, is just showing up exactly as I am. Like, when I do a curl and a press, my shirt lifts up. I was like, that's my choices have led me to where I'm at. You know, plus a mixture of circumstance, but I try to have as high agency as possible. And so we did a black and a red band, and then we did 12 reps, 2 sets. So double hip thrust plus hold, and then single leg lift pulses. Right, next we got bent over row. Oh, nice. It's not doubles. All right, so we're going to hit 45s again, which sucks. And you see, so that's 20 kilograms. Yep. 20 kilograms. We did 6 reps fast. So let's see if we could do 6 reps with 3 pause holds. And for giggles, I'll keep the band on, which sucks. But when you're doing the band, what's great is you're hitting like little stabilizers like inner groin, glutes, core. The wobble is fantastic. All right, so I need 20 kg. I think it's a little bit of everything. Excellent. So let me get this set up. But thanks for hanging out, friends. The band wants to roll, which is uncomfy. So 5, 10, 15. We need 5 more pounds, which would be just those 2.5s back on here. Easy. Also, the need to calculate and change weights between lifts in order to find that nice edge of failure is also something I dread, and the laziness is like a huge distraction for me. So sometimes I'll do, like, when I know it's bad and I know it's a blocker for doing anything, I'll be like, all right, today's just a one dumbbell day, and I'll adjust the number of reps based on the weight. And then other days, like, I get over my internal blockers, just change the freaking weights. So it's okay that the journey has ups and downs and is a struggle. Like, you just got to show up as you are today, the best that you can. And I try to be very transparent about where I'm feeling demotivated. And it's not to demotivate you, but what I found is like brutal honesty in the process as opposed to fake expression has always been a little bit better for me. Like, there's no way I can trick myself into enjoying a wall squat or running long distance. In many ways, I disdain the whole process the process to get ready, process of waking up, process of getting out there. I like the results. So there are often many moments where I just have to make a choice off of belief in where a behavior will lead me versus feeling, which will always lead me away from that belief. Nice little cough. So I am really good at action regardless of feeling. It's a muscle I've trained, not a muscle I like. Because when you train it, when you start to learn that it is a pathway, then you realize you have to continue to do it to actually get the results you want. You show up one day regardless of how you feel, and that means the next day when it's cold and wet and raining or it's hot or you're tired and you didn't sleep well, you still get to show up and do the work, which sucks. All right, so for a row, we're gonna tuck our core in. So lock in core stability, protect your back. We're gonna kick our butt back a little bit, but what we don't want is to round it. Kick it back a little bit. Then we're going to pull. And we wanna be pulling, like we wanna feel it with our shoulder blades touching into each other. And I keep my thumbs pointing forward, but there's also like pronated and supinated. I always mix up which one's which, where you could roll your wrists in any direction. We'll do those later in the program, but just pull it back. Oh my God. All right, let's keep doing what we don't want to do. Here we go. All right. I don't want to pick these up. So I'm going to squat them up though. Our goal is 6 slow with pauses at the top, which will be just absolutely miserable. All right, let's bring it back. Pick that up. Here we go. One, two, three, 4, 1. Whew. So I'm really fighting to hold the squeeze at the top and get that full range and then slow in the release. All right. So 6 reps, 1 set. Slow, 3-second with pause. Oh, that's brutal. Well, greetings, friends. Thanks for hanging out on this lovely day. Let's see what kind of progress we can make. Our kids still aren't awake. It's probably, what, 6:30 now? 6:31. Playing with fire. We got to finish this up. Oh, man. Oh, and I added the red and black band. I didn't even notice. Putting the extra load on the legs. Let's go. Oh. Can we just take a nap? Nap sounds great. Back. A little cough. This one, instead of sideways, I'm going to turn forward. Reason being, I don't know if I have a torn rotator cuff or something in the shoulders, not right. So it'll help me focus on posture because there's so many different heights I can get either shoulder to. Whereas when I'm sideways, I can check core and the angle of my bend, make sure I'm not rounded or anything weird, but I can't check shoulder height and kind of alignment front facing. So that's the next way I'll do these. 6, I'm not excited, but we've had enough rest. We just want more rest because we don't want to do it. Make your dreams come true. Oh, we can actually work out with Shia LaBeouf today. That's exciting. Lift it up. Over here. Yeah, tuck in my core. 6. Yay. Dreadful. Yay. All right, so let's take our notes. So that was 2 sets, slow with holds. We also did black dash red and walking lunges. Definitely have to take off the band for that. I don't know how I could possibly. Can I lunge in this? Let's try it. We'll just reduce the distance. Let's get our breath. We'll do some lunges. Yeah, my workouts take longer than I want them to, because I dread many aspects of it. But we're making progress little by little. And over time, I'll be able to lock in and get faster at it. It's just hard. It's okay. So with these, we're going to tuck in our core. So you don't want to be out. You want to tuck it in and then get a nice lunge. Now I'm going to try to extend my feet farther and do it. Maybe instead of walking lunges, I'll just do stationary and hit a couple each side and we'll focus on form. So we'll start that in a minute. But today we got a big day. We're almost done with Ian McCaffrey's podcast. It's been a labor of love. It's it is my most complex edit. But I'm really happy about it. So I'm going to put that out, and I have a Sunday Sip second episode I'll record with a tablet to geek out on some stuff. And then we're going to, from there, what else will we do? We'll watch a short form from that we'll hopefully schedule. I'm going to start cranking on a new episode with Liam Burns, which is wild. So lots of good stuff coming. Very busy. Okay, let's step this back. I'm going to try to use the mirror to check form. Let's see. And then Wednesday, I think I'm going to make side quest day. Maybe turn on YouTube monetization. Oh my gosh, is somebody here? Louis Fitness, what you working on? My life. How's it going, friend? I saw you sub the other day. I'm going to make Twitch better moment by moment. But how are you, friend? Tell me a bit about yourself. Like what part of the world you're in, what your fitness journey looks like, if you're a live streamer on this platform or if you just watch, which is fine. Today we're doing lifts. Tomorrow we have a fart lick, which is interval training applied to running, which sucks. So I've been trying to get more consistent in my journey. I've only been live streaming this for about 3 weeks now. I'll be back, just need to charge my phone. Excellent. Well, I got a couple exercises, so that'll work. We got someone to talk to. We got a warm body. We got a live one. It's exciting. All right. So I'm going to step back into a lunge. These bands can roll, which sucks. So I'm going to try to get as deep as I can. Tuck my core in. Roll my shoulders back. And we just want to drive the knee down. Now, the goal is 90-90, but this is what I can do. 3, 4. This is really hard. I've never done this with a band. Made this one up. 5, 6, 7, burning. 8, 9, and 10. Well, pretty much hated that the whole time. All right, let's try the other side. Oh man, you can see it's rolling up on me a little bit. Stay tight. We're gonna have great thighs and glutes, and we're gonna reverse our knee injuries. All kinds of wonderful stuff. All right, let's roll our shoulders back. Step it back. Now this knee, I don't have as much range on this knee because I injured it in high school, so it's constantly a process. Core tight. 1, 2. So it's always a modification of range of motion. 3, burning. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my God. Oh. Progress is being made. Today's workout is dedicated to Louis' fitness, which is fantastic, assuming they come back. All right, so we have, instead of walking lunges, we did black, red, 10 reps, X1. I'll call it stationary, deep, slow. That's kind of slow pace. There wasn't any crazy holds or anything. Let's grab a sit. Set our procrastination timer. I should set it immediately when we stop, but I didn't want to. Yeah, one of the things I'd missed about live streaming, which I'm starting to get back, is like the, how do I describe this? Live streaming is kind of like improv comedy. I don't consider myself all that funny, but you never know who's in the room, where they're coming from, their backstory, and how to provide value to them. And you're always like chasing it and finding it. Kind of the mystery of it is really good. And the other aspect of it is there's a vulnerability that comes from it, because you have to come 100% as you are. You make the mistakes you make, and it's as interesting as you make it. And it is almost like borderline therapy sometimes for people. And so you just want to show up for the best that you're able for folks. Give them a moment of rest. Oop, I got a wife from my text. Got a text from my wife. Yes, love. Yeah, I'm gonna go. We've just engaged hard mode. I'm gonna go get my baby. So you get to meet Akio. He's gonna work out with us. He's great. Let's go find the child. I'm gonna leave my mic here for a second. All right. I worked out. You can sit in your car and I'll give you this, okay? You come too close, I'll give you your crackers. Yes, you can. Here you go, buddy. We're back. This is so exciting. Wednesday is sushi night. Okay, so we're going to do lunges, split leg. You don't want to do it, which is why we're going to do it. I'm going to cough. Oh, hello, Separate Labyrinth. Hope you're doing well. Love me some bots. They're good people. All right, let's pull our shoulders back. Step it back. Step it further. We're going to try to get to the maximum depth we can. Depth without this rolling on us. All right. 1. Lift up. 2. Slow. Our goal's 10. 3. Core tight. 4. Drive the knees. 5. This sucks. 6. I don't like it. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Let's see if we can get to similar depth on the other side. Attach this to my neck. Tuck in my core. You do anything with good form. Tuck the core in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Oh, that was just the worst. So glad we did that. Now, let's keep the band on. Good challenge. So in my head, I got a list of like all the things to make better. Like if I'm going to do live streaming, I'm going to do it well. But the only way you do it well is by doing it bad and getting started and then doing it better and then doing it well. You said Superman hold. You can try Superman with a band. What's the worst that's going to happen? Let me get a sip of my drink. Akio, you having fun? All right. Let's see what we got next. Breathe. Let's change our camera angle. Bring that down a little bit more. Nice and slow. All right, so we got Supermans. I'm probably going to get crushed during this. No, leave the car here. It's parked for the morning, buddy. All right. It's the worst. Let's do it. I'm going to clean up my weights. Procrastinate. Oh, shit. That's all the procrastinating I get. Bummer. All right. That's a good table. Let's come down here. Yeah. I need my stopwatch. I don't know why we decided to do everything with bands. Maybe it's just the challenge we're capable of today. But I'm gonna get squished. Hi. You gonna work out? That's a good one. Oh my God, you're so cute. Yeah. All right, Akio, we gotta lay on our stomach, okay? Can you lay on your stomach? You can be on your stomach. Yeah. Yep. And then, can you lift your legs up? See my feet? Can you lift them up? Can you lift your arms up? All right, we're gonna do both together for 60 seconds. You ready? So I'm gonna, when this says 6-0, we'll be done. All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh, arms and legs. Lift your arms and legs up. Lift your arms and legs. Good work. All right, you're 10 seconds in. Keep going. Good. Good form. 20 seconds. Nope, here it comes. Oh, good. Spared me. I mean, I could have used the extra reps, but I'd rather be spared. Shoulders burning. $35. Lock in the suck. Tell yourself 60 seconds is better than 40 seconds. Long term. No crackers here. Crackers in your bowl. Put them back in your bowl, buddy. Hate crumbs. Hate crumbs. Put them back in your bowl. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Oh, good work. Oh, you know what? I changed my mind. 2-second or 2-minute recovery. That is a perfect place to have a cracker snack. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Mm-hmm. Careful, you're crushing your crackers. Those are heavy. Got 1:15 to recover. How's that, Munchie?
Good.
Is it good?
It does.
Oh, fantastic. We have 40 seconds until we got our next set. You want to get ready? We got 35 seconds. You gonna get down with me? I have 30 more seconds until we start, okay?
Okay.
Right, now it's 23 seconds. We're counting. Yep, 20 seconds. It's gonna get real. 15 seconds. Brace. Get ready. 10 seconds. We're gonna start. You ready? And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go. We're going for 60. Arms and legs. Good work. Incredible. Nice. Don't forget that cracker snack mid Superman. 15 seconds. Yeah, exactly. That's the right sound. 22 seconds. 25. Come on. 30. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. 35. And 40. 45. 15 seconds. Where are you going? And 8. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know who taught me how to count, but we got that one done. And to all those folks who would self-exclude themselves from being a content creator or live stream and thinking, who in the world wants to watch me do a Superman for a minute? My son does, and he enjoyed it. And that's enough. All right. Owie, you okay? All right, set a 2-minute timer of dread. Check chat. All right, excellent. Take our notes. Oh, that's a lot of crackers. Black and red band. So the last part of this workout, it's one of my favorite parts. It's called Just Do It. We have an unexpected guest on this live stream. For those of you who have done the DadBod half marathon training program, you know him very well. His name's Shia LaBeouf. And at the end of every lift for our 16-week half marathon program, Shia LaBeouf just comes in to motivate us a little bit, to, remind us that yesterday we said tomorrow. So today we're going to do it. And we just do the worst strength cardio thing we don't want to do. Well, Shia LaBeouf yells at us until it's over, which is fun. So I will kick this off. Now, I've never done this on a LinkedIn Live. I don't think this music is DMCA protected, so I think it's okay. But if it is, I don't know what will happen. Hopefully I don't lose my LinkedIn Live privileges. But sometimes life requires risks, and the only way is to do it enough times and see if anything naughty happens. Okay, so I'll click my magic button, and we're going to do dot drills, which I used to do in high school football, and I completely hate these 100%. So we're going to do them naturally. We'll do them until they're done. So let's see if this magic button works. I think it's the DadBod. my magic button on this thing is just do it. Make your dreams come true. All right, 208 seconds. So we're just going to do dot drill. So. 4, 5, and then we're going to go to doubles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we'll do doubles with a turn. 1, 2, already gassed. 3, I know, I'm trying. 4, 5. Thanks, 6. Now this is singles. I don't know. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3. 3 is what we got. Good job. Watch your crackers. 1, 2, 3. 4. Okay. Dump. And we have like 8 seconds left. 1, cheating. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. All right. Hopefully that was lovely and weird. Let's go back to single. Oh my gosh, I haven't done that on a live stream in over 2 years. But it was always like this derpy troll moment during the program. I'm like, all right, Shia LaBeouf's here to motivate us. Let's get it. That was a full 2 minutes and 120 seconds. I want credit for more. That's all we did. But yeah, I'm curious. LinkedIn Live is still okay. I'm gonna lift my camera up so I can say hi while we roll up our mat. And chat through what we got cooking for the day. Go over here. Yeah, that'll work. Put it in tall mode. Clean up, roll up our mat. Jump into the day. But thanks for being part of this journey. We made it up to 3 people. That's super cool. Hey, 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 hey. It's day 280 something. You're thirsty? Here you go. Take a drink, buddy. Oh, that won't work. Careful, don't spill. Nice and easy. That's a little crazy. Now, if I wanted to have fun, I could play some drums. Let's see. Actually, I don't have my camera set up for that today, but I have the audio. We do that quickly and for fun. Where are you going? Well, I know I can play some piano. Or not piano, guitar. No. You're so cheeky. Actually, I don't think I can play yet because I don't have audio unless I monitor it from there. See, this is the fun part of like figuring out what this looks like. What? You okay? You good? Yeah, impressive. Don't push on the drum though. See, now I want to figure it out just for my own sake. Careful, buddy. Careful. Careful. Yeah, bless you. Bless you. No touch. No touch. Here you go. That's a no touch zone. Well, the worst thing that can happen is I unplug a couple things. So I'm going to unplug this camera and see if I can get it to turn back on somewhere else. Actually, let me roll up my net. This is the scattered flow state of any good live. I'm like, what's that one thing I could do better? The hard part is when you try to do the 1% better at the start of the live. You really got to do it at the end. But my phone just died, so that may be an indication to just end it today. But we have a soundboard that we could then move into a little bit of noodling on drums or creative before we jump into our day. And I kind of like that idea, to even tinker around on bass. So I'm going to do a quick experiment. Play a little guitar, have a little fun. Let me wrap this up. Leave you with some music. I haven't played my Ovation what feels like over a year, so we'll tune it. I'll noodle on guitar for a minute, and we'll be on our way. But then we'll be 1% better for the future. Future. So I'm a football coach. That when people were like in the wrong headspace and being very short-sighted and whiny, you would like while we were doing dying cockroaches where you're on your back lifting your legs and your arms in the air, doing a whole bunch of push-ups where they'd be like, on your faces. Just all that toxic football kind of stuff. Every once in a while, while people were sweating and suffering, he'd just walk the lines and be like, future! Like, we're not doing this for now. We're doing this for future. It's like, shut up. But it's true. Bring this over here. My phone has died. Put some sandals on. My phone is also very hot. Oh, Akio, why do we have to make more mess? When do I get a child who makes less messes? That's what I want to know. All right, I'm going to do some techno-foolery. I'm going to give myself 15 minutes to dink around. So you're going to lose your camera feed for a minute. What's up? Toy Story 3? You got Juice? Oh, you got shoes. Oh, that's fun. I know, I see it. All right, we're going to move our camera. It's going to break everything. Goodbye. For now. I lied. Need the camera cable right here. Now you're gone. And I just have to set this right here. It's a grand experiment. But what's cool is like we're interlocking more things together. Yeah. The experiment thickens. I hear you. I hear you, Mr. Buddy. I think it's this one. Hey, okay, cool. And now, I'll plug this back in. Let's see if it figures itself out. Does it go green? It does not go green because it is hecka confused. So we're going to go to this page. We're going to click here. We're going to go to properties. You need help? You know who loves to help? Daddy loves to help. I'm always here to help. Help. Let me see if these buttons still work. No, so that screwed up the filters. So let me help. I can help you. You trying to put your foot in here? Yeah, that way you have these cute shoes on. There you go. All right. We're going to do a little bit of techno-foolery, get better at our craft. Yeah. Now, normally I don't unplug and replug a camera like this, but we figured it out. But I want to see if I can get all my stuff to do what I want it to do. And get those set up. 3 more clicks and we should be good. Close. A camera control. So what I'm going to try to play around with, because I haven't done this, is I'm just going to noodle on guitar. Let's see how that sounds. And maybe some drums, because that would be fun. But I can't have a backtrack because everything will get hateful. Actually, what I could do... My desktop audio stopped playing. Why? Oh, is it just in the middle of the song? Okay, so what I could do... No, buddy. No. A single shot. Yeah, I'll put this up here for a minute. And I'd actually like to plan out my day, but I'm not going to do that. Let's do something very interesting. Let's pause this. Again, friends, this is just techno-foolery. This is me thinking around because I can. Careful, Akio. if I can keep this alive. Need a power brick. Don't die, phone. Stay with me, please. Please. Good. So I'm going to see if I can play music through my drum set and noodle to it. But it's music I'm allowed to play. Oh, dang it. My phone died. All right, we'll just have to do it all natural. That's fine. And in the future, we'll backbeat it. %1 better day. So 1% better looks like acoustic guitar. Nope, nope, nope. You are a menace with this. No.
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 No, no.
No, no, no. Yeah, you know those words really well. You hear them all the time. Don't necessarily listen, but you hear them all the time. Don't pull on it. Nope. All right. Now I need a tuner. So exciting. Not that one. All right. Let's play with acoustic. We haven't done this in forever. Oh, careful, buddy. We still got sleeping kids. We got a little bit of grace to dink around. As long as my son doesn't touch anything. Crowded. Yeah, I know. This is going to be fun. Daddy's experimenting. You're going to love it. Yeah. You're playing right now. That's beautiful. See if I can hear myself. I've never done this on TikTok before. See if I can get my camera in focus. It's hecka blurry. Oh, buddy, come on. Can I hear myself? Interesting. Why is that muted? I want to be able to listen to the monitor. This has worked in the past before. Akia, why do we keep finding new problems? Mm-hmm. Yeah. When enable monitor output will be muted when I'm All right. Let's see. I'm trying to basically hear this in my ears and I can't. Check. No. Yeah, I know. I don't know why it's not working. I should be able to hear myself just fine.
I'm not ready.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, I just gotta check all my inputs. Should be on 1.
Miss Babies.
Yeah, that's a battery. That'll plug in and charge things, which is super cool. All right. Well, I should be able to have a headphone output. And, oh, interesting.
Ooh.
1 second. Now I want to see if I killed my audio over here. Nope, no pulling. Nope. No. Savage boy. Make sure I didn't do anything here. Okay. That's still working. So we, yeah, I know. I know. We have to figure out why we can't hear things out of our ears. So scooch, scooch, scooch. We got a big problem here. I know you want a seat. I should be able to hear this. You can sit on it. That's fine. What do you need tape on? You can sit on it. And here's a drumstick. No, this is too complicated. Ow, I know. Careful, careful, careful. Nope, keep it there. No, we're not bringing it over here. That's the thing. No, you can sit right here. We're not coming up here. You're not allowed up here. Because you keep breaking things. So you're not allowed up here. This is, only Daddy can touch this. I know, it's devastating. And Solo's engaged the host. All right. Apparently I hit a trombone on accident. Ah! That was really loud. All right, well, we don't want it to be that loud. That was devastating. Okay. Can I hear myself now? Can I hear myself now? All right. Weird. So I had to have everything on solo to be able to listen in. That makes sense. Okay. We're a musician. We should know these things, but we don't because we've never used tech this way. And then I should... Hey! Come on, buddy. No, my son is a menace and touches what he should not touch. So I'm going to see if I can get this tuned up without the world exploding. All right. Plug that into here. This is my first time playing acoustic guitar live, online, and forever. So I probably don't even have the hand strength for it. Should be fun. Wait, buddy. Don't touch. No, that's my pattern. Stop it. Stop it. No. Pop that right there. Not that one. Stop, Akio. I mute this one. Stop it, Oh, okay. Oh, my gain's too low. Stop. Stop, buddy. No touch. This is a no touch zone for you. It's still got a little bit of juice. Should pop. I just wish I had more gain. Akio, no. No. That's fine. It could increase the gain, right? All right, let's get a pick. We'll tune it. This is so cool. And you'll probably get double audio, so I'll have to fix that. Akio, less of a menace, okay? Just like 12% less chaos. I'm just asking for 12% less. Just 12%. It doesn't have to be the full go. Yeah. Now, I won't be able to play this and wear this mic, so I'm going to mute my mic with this magic buttons and play. Because I can. Gentle. Wait 1 second. Wait. Most likely. Wait. somewhere else to put it. Well, friends, that was lovely. Experiment complete. Progress made. I can play guitar on a live, which is awesome. And I get to figure out where that fits. My son just pooped, so that means it is the end of the live, and I have a lot of other things to do today. But thanks for hanging out and letting me work out and experiment. And you all keep changing the world. Let me click this magic button now. And we will end it.